hello there, and we are live. See ya, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to this new show, yeah. And of course, see, this guy's a regular here, yeah. If he's not on the show, he's in the chart, And of course, um, it's always good energy talking football with this particular brother, yeah. See, it's no other person than Dow, the Oregon Gunner in the house.
What's up, bro?
You're not gonna get those gunshots, man.
I love it.
You
I
knew
love
those
it.
gunshots were coming, man. You knew it.
Absolutely. Big up to you, bro. Thanks for having me on, and I'm looking forward to starting, like a weekend show with you as much as I can participate, of course. But
this is episode one of that show. Actually, it's episode one of the Dow and Claude show. Premiership.
It's got to start somewhere, right? You got to start it.
You got to start somewhere, man. Exactly, because guys, and I know the guys will start trooping in quite soon. Of course, guys, Dal, Dal is an ardent Arsenal fan, great Arsenal fan. Is this kind of guy you can just really sit down, have a good time talking about Arsenal. And the thing about him is that he doesn't mince words, If it is to praise the team, he'll give the team the praise. If it's to criticize the team where they need to be criticized, If it's about buying players, if it's about, the whole technicalities about the game, if it's about Mikel Arteta, if he messes up, he gives, his own, his own cane. So that's why I like Oregon Gunner, He's just like, he says it just like it is. See, Oregon Gunner, I'll put you in the game, almost immediately. See, what would you say about that game against FC Barcelona? Mind you, we played against Manchester United. This guy, they beat us, You just have to accept it. They beat us, Good. And then we went for that bounce back, went into that game against FC Barcelona in our third matchup in this preseason game. Of course, in your native, in America. In fact, I was shocked you didn't go there. But
every time they come to America, to LA, it's like a 2.5 hour flight from Portland down to Los Angeles. But I can't believe that. I missed it again after following this club for close to 25 years. I've never seen them play live yet, but hopefully that changes next time.
Shame on you. TJ was there.
I literally could have taken a bus.
TJ Warren was there.
Well, he was in the Washington
American game. Was there.
He was in the Washington D.C. game for the All-Star game. So he didn't go. Yeah. I don't believe if he made it to the LA game without me, then him and I are going to have some words. But
I'll have some words,
I don't think he was at the LA game, but he was definitely at the MLS game, which was absolutely big up TJ. See him in the chat.
Big up TJ. TJ, very honorable guy.
Yeah.
TJ, very honorable guy. That guy loves Arsenal. He bleeds Arsenal. Next season, me and him will be doing a couple of shows, couple of watch-alongs. Me and him will collaborate. He's been on this channel. I love his channel also. So
he's on our show on Fridays too, Tony.
Oh, he's on the show. Okay, TJ.
We owe it to you, Tony, to get you on the American Idiots show coming up in the next few weeks. Sound good?
So, I'm coming. Actually, he's invited me to the show for next week. So let's see. It's about that time, to the American Idiot show. So I'll be there.
But with regards to the Barcelona game.
To the Barcelona game,
To the Barcelona game. We fucking beat them 5-3. And I don't give a shit what anyone says. And here's where I want to go. I'm sorry, I'm already cussing already. Sorry for the monetization. Anyway, but the thing is you can only play this in front of you. That was a full squad. When you have a squad of Lewandowski, Pedri, Rafinha, Areo in defense, I don't know their left backs or right backs. I know they may have had a couple of young kids in there or something. And Ter Stegen, their top keeper, and you put 5 on them. I don't care if it's preseason or not, Tony. I don't care. I don't. But if you're playing, let's say, I don't know, what are they, a Singapore Minnows or someone like that, and you beat them 5-1, well, I mean, that's to be desired. I think the MLS All-Stars could have beaten the Vietnamese team. No offense to Tottenham and Richarlison and his couple of goals. But the fact of the matter is we played Barcelona. They played us hard. We played them harder, and we won. They hit the post twice. Whatever, we still won. I just I was slightly offended with the conversation we had with Deji the other day when we talked about
Yeah.
Barcelona, and he totally went 180 and said, "Well, you wouldn't beat Madrid." That's not the conversation, bro. We're not
That's
like,
not the
what does that
conversation.
mean? Like, if who's to
It's
say we
totally
wouldn't
not the
beat Madrid on
conversation.
their day? I
Hmm.
didn't
Hmm.
expect us to win that game, Tony, especially when we're down 1-0 in the 9th, 10th minute, right? But
Hmm.
for our friend Deji to try and turn the argument, twist their words, and
You
say,
twist
"Oh
it.
well, you man would beat Madrid, so the Barcelona game doesn't matter." The Barcelona game is going to give us momentum into going against Monaco and going against Man City. It's all about
Yeah.
momentum and beating tough teams. Who gives a
Hmm.
wank about some Singaporean team that had to pay money to play you, right? We played
Exactly.
Barcelona in LA, a tough, two big crowds. Barcelona's got huge influence in LA, obviously, for the Latin influence. And then we have gunners in LA that are top gunners, you know, bleed the red and white as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
That made a
Yeah.
statement out there as well. So
Exactly.
that game was watched also by hundreds of millions of people who went and watched Tottenham in Singapore.
I
So
don't know.
don't we played them hard, we beat them, and I want to play them again in Champions League. It'll be a different setting, different situation, but that game to me will build confidence to beat Monaco. I'm not too worried about, but Man City, I don't care about the plate, I don't care about the shield, but I want to beat Barcelona and I want to beat City just to build momentum for August 12th.
Oregon Gunner, you know what? Yeah, I always agree with you with almost everything. Almost everything me and you go through on shows that you've been with me. I always agree with you. But I don't agree with your last statement, yeah, about this charity shield. Yeah, you say you don't care about it. See,
Well,
I care about the charity shield.
I
I
understand.
want to see, Dahlia. I want to win every single trophy this season. I want to
Right.
go and win the treble next season. How about that? I want to win. See, yeah, I want to win the Carabao Cup. Yeah, that cup that they call the Mickey Mouse Cup.
Mhm.
I want to win it. I want to win the FA Cup. Arsenal, prestigious, yeah, for winning the
Mhm.
FA Cups every year. See, we sent out our most glorious manager, whom we've put up a statue out there at Emirates down there. Glory, glory to Arsene Wenger. Yeah, its statue was just unveiled at the stadium just yesterday. But you know what? Yeah, we sent out Arsene Wenger, the most
Mm.
prolific manager we've ever had. And even when we sent him away, it was always winning the FA Cup. See, Guna, I need that shield against Man City. I need that cup, that FA Cup this season. I need the Carabao Cup. How about going for the league title this season? I need it. All these cups, I want to go for all of them, and I want to win them. How about that? Because
I'm with you on
see, there's no excuse for this manager this
right.
season.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I completely forgive him for last season. Let's just assume he didn't have the whole technical know-how, he didn't have the whole experience. Good, I forgive him. This is the make or mar season for Mikel Arteta. He has to
Right.
galvanize the troops. He has to. See, even you are a Gunguna, you have to agree with that. With 700 million pounds spent shy, yeah, of
Mm.
300 million to
Well,
get to a billion
yeah.
mark, yeah, spent.
Yeah.
This is the most backed manager in this football league. He has to put up or shut up. What do you think about that, Oregon Guna?
Well, there's a lot of answers there, is there? Your first one is about the Community Shield. I I'm
Mm,
I feel like that Barcelona game, even though it's an exhibition match or whatever, means more to me in the display and the way we dominated part of that game in the second half and came out
yeah.
5-3 winners than a 2-1 victory in the Community Shield over City. You see where I'm saying, where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
The
Big ups,
beating
Danny. Welcome to the
Barcelona.
channel, Danny. Danny's a
Big up,
new
Danny.
subscriber to this channel. I think I saw him in Warren TV today. Big ups to you,
Mhm.
Danny, man. Yeah, we love you
Yeah,
here.
he's a real
Welcome.
one.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's just a feeling to me that beating someone like Barcelona, who really was someone that, oh, this will be fun. They're going to talk us 4-0, 3-1 in LA, right? And then to go up, to go down a goal and come back and win, even with a missed penalty,
Yeah.
shows to me more character than going to a charity shield match where if we were to win, let's say 2-1 or 1-0, I get what you're saying. There's something to prove at the end of it. We really didn't get anything for beating Barcelona, but I still think that momentum from that game will help us against City. But it's just, I don't know. I just wanted to beat Barcelona so bad. I guess beating them means more to me than beating City in a Community Shield. You know, that's probably where we disagree. But I do want the Carabao Cup. I want the FA Cup, and of course the Premier League. And
I want everything. I want everything.
Right.
I want everything. But again,
realistically, Tony, if I could take a 5-3 win against a good Barcelona side, like I said, over a 2-1 Community Shield, I just got to sway to Barcelona. I think that victory is important, and we're going to look back on that, and we can use that as a blueprint of what we did right to go against other squads coming up.
Yeah, exactly. See, guys in the chat, big ups to you. Danny's in the house. Yeah, Cyborg Ninja is also in the house. Cyborg Ninja, I'm member of the channel. Yeah, Cyborg Ninja, po to you. Gunshot salute down to you there. Yeah, and of course we have Gracie May. See, guys, Gracie May was on my channel. One day. Yeah, and the lady, very very lovely lady. Yeah. Big ups to you, Gracie May. I know you've been out of action for some time, and you're welcome back, Gracie May. Always respect to you. You know that. I've always given you your flowers. Yeah, big ups to you. TJ's still in the house. All the Gooners are still in the house. Ellie Dawes, Football TV, is still in the house too. See, Dow. Many people still forget that this Barcelona team, is a very, very potent team defensively. In the whole of Europe last season, they conceded less, last season. So there are units when they're defending. And people seem to also forget that they're also Spanish champions.
Correct.
Can you believe that?
Correct. I can't believe that. I'd never underestimate Barcelona. It's, Pep's not there, obviously. Messi's not there. Quite a few of the old school players from, the late 2010s, we could say, right? Obviously, are all gone. But they've replaced it with all those players with really good young talent, Xavi, Pedri, etc. I just think that it means more to me to beat them, Tony. I think it really makes a statement for the club, and I think that all the players really played well, except for Odegaard. I think I gave him a 5 in a rating or a 4.
Underrated.
But if you really look at like Ben White, played well, our defense played well. We gave up 3 goals, a couple on the post, but I think that's part of the exhibition, right? We played a little bit open, a little more loose, but we played to win as well. The United game, I thought we held ourselves back a little bit, and they kicked us around the pitch a little bit more than we tried. But that's to be expected too. So that's where the dichotomy comes in. Is we get told that we're playing too hard against Barcelona, but then we're going to let our asses get kicked against United. So no, there's not a black and white issue. There's a happy medium there. That Arsenal got the crap kicked out of them against Man United, lost 2-0, but came back and beat Barcelona. And I don't care what any
Barcelona.
Fan. Come on, that was a strong Barcelona side. When you have Lewandowski up front and Pedri up there serving passes, and you have Rafinha, cutting.
Araujo was there, Rafinha was there. They have their big wigs down there. But see, Oregon Guna, see, this made the headlines, the other day, Manchester United beat us up, they smashed us up, 2-0. Disappointing performance by Arsenal on the day, in America. But see, Ten Hag came out after that matchup, and even before the matchup, he came out. He said, "You know what? And even Jez has also said this. I was watching Jesus' channel the other day, and of course, our big brother Jez. Jez said something. He said, "You know what? Up till the early 90s, Manchester versus Arsenal." It has never been friendly. There's nothing like friendly.
Exactly.
When you're talking about Arsenal and Manchester United. Jez said it the other day. And of course, why I use Jez to quote lots of stuff is because Jez, he's been an Arsenal fan since 1967. That's how, that's how vast that guy is. And that's why I love him, because he's a lifelong member of Arsenal Football Club, and he truly loves this football club. That's why I always like, listening to him when he talks about Arsenal. But you see what, this is where I have a problem. Manchester United's coach Ten Hag came out and said, you know what, yeah, this is a rivalry. It is in all its entirety. Yeah, there have to be that intensity. There have to be that rush. We have to see players come out and win balls 50-50, but we need to get everything. But you know what? Yeah, it was a different aura down there with that matchup against FC Barcelona. After that matchup, the coach came out and he said that Xavi Hernandez, he came out and he said, you know what, yeah, I don't like how this match went, you know. This is supposed to be an exhibition match. But Arsenal came smoking on all cylinders and it looked like a Champions League matchup. What do you have to say to Xavi Hernandez coming out here thinking that this is just a friendly, but Arsenal, with all that intensity, were able to smash them at 5-3. But see, it's not around in Arsenal. I want you to talk about Xavi Hernandez and what he's thinking.
I don't care.
Hmm.
If they would have beat us 1-0, they were up once, twice. If they would have beat us 2-1, 1-0, would he be saying the same thing? It's hypocritical BS horse crap. You play to win. Right. If they would have beat us 2-1, 1-0, 4-0, if they would have beat us 5-3, there's oh yeah, it was a little rough game, but we came out and won in the end. Ha ha ha. It's the hypocrisy. No one's expecting us to be good, Tony. That's the thing. And that's what we had to fight all last season. Oh, we're the next Leicester. They're going to bottle it, which we did. Many of us really knew that we did. You know, especially our friends like Darren Sullivan saw it coming. I think Jez at times saw it coming. I did.
Yeah,
we
Jez,
all were so wrapped up in what was going on that, you know, we just sort of, I think, lost focus that, yeah, we really are as good as we think we are when it comes to the end of the season. And it's shown to prove itself again last season, unfortunately. But now I think that we've got some reinforcements in. I think we spent a little more money than we should have on Rice, but that's a different conversation. But anyway, going back to Xavi, it's the hypocritical attitude, right? It's the we're on a pedestal. We're better than everyone. We can say what we want about these clubs, especially like Arsenal, because we haven't won anything.
Big up, Jez. Jez is in the house.
Big up, Jez. Evening, buddy. We came out there and we won. And I just, you know, I don't care what the manager says. I don't care. Yeah, so we played a Premier League style game against your La Liga, you know, skillful tiki-taka players. It happens. You know, that's just the thing. We're too light against United, and then we're too heavy against Barcelona.
They were too heavy. You know, it doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense. There's no argument in that, right? It's just someone blatantly making out comments that, like, as long as they're anti-Arsenal, they can say whatever they want because you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So it's kind of like, but at the same time, we beat Barcelona, and that I think will, you know, Arteta needs to look at what he did right in that game and what he did wrong, and use that as a blueprint moving forward. Because I think we saw a lot of good attacking play. We saw a lot of good pressing. You know, we want more from Odegaard. Maybe he'll deliver more against Man City coming up. Yeah, you know, I want to see some kids play against Monaco. We got to see Kosher Dewberry out there. So we have players in the back, right? That we can start bringing in, and I want to see that. But at the same time, when Barcelona brings out Lewandowski in that group, you have to make a game of it. And so I'm sorry if Xavi's feelings are hurt. I really don't care. Go manage.
Go manage something else.
I don't care about his feelings getting hurt because they got
exactly. It's just funny. It's just funny for you know, Xavi Hernandez to come out here thinking that this is a game, because if they did beat us, you know, by that goal margin, you know, they would say we came to play. But see, let's throw all that away. See, guys in the charts, this is episode 1 of the Dal and Claude show. Yeah, of course, Oregon Guna and me, you know, we're just doing this one, the first episode. Jazz is in the house. Ellie Does Football TV is in the house. TJ Warren, guys, go subscribe to that channel. The Arsenal, guys, you need to check out the Arsenal history and more. Go check out that channel, big channel, See, Oregon Guna, see, look into that midfield pairing, that we had against FC Barcelona. Look into that pairing and tell me that is the pairing that you might desire going into next season. Or what other pairings do you want to see? Do you think that's the best pairing we can get in that midfield? Kai Havertz playing centrally, left-sided centrally in the central midfield area. Thomas Partey sitting in deep, but he could still move box to box in a way, in that game with Julian Timber playing in the left-hand side, and of course playing invertedly. That was a very, very big one. He just drifts across the middle of the pitch and again tries to protect the back four whenever he drifts out wide, because whenever he's coming back, he has an eye to defend. I'd say the same thing about Zinchenko, yeah, but I'll let you do the speaking on that one. What's your best midfield pairing that you want us to go with? Do you still see Declan Rice in that conversation? Of course, you cannot buy a midfielder for about £105 million and say sit on the bench. Right. So, what do you want to see as your classic midfield trio?
I want to go with what we're familiar with. And now that Partey sounds like he's going to sign a 2-year extension, I want to see Partey in that midfield three, probably put Declan Rice on the left and Odegaard on the right. I just don't have the confidence in Havertz yet, and I think many of us probably feel the same way, that he can fulfill that Granit Xhaka role better than Rice. I think Rice is a stronger player. He's a bit more mobile. He's a little more hard-hitting. He gets in players' faces, and that's similar to what Xhaka did. I just think that Havertz just has to wait his time a bit. I just think the speed of Declan Rice is helpful. And again, if Zinchenko does come back and he plays
why? See, I'm sorry for cutting in there. Yeah, that's part of the show. Yeah, we have to cut in a little bit. Why does everyone have something to say about Kai Havertz? What's the problem with Kai Havertz?
I don't have a problem
with this guy.
Right? The problem with Kai Havertz is
shout out to Fred Adun on the show, guys. See, guys, Oregon, I'm sorry, man, because I have to shout out this guy. That's my big brother, yeah. This guy, total gentleman. This guy literally, helped me down here. Big ups to you, Fred Adun. He's a Chelsea fan. He says something down here, yeah, guys, yeah. It says here, Chelsea fan in the house. That's what he says here, yeah. Fred Adun, poo. He's a Chelsea fan, but someone I do respect, yeah. That's my big brother, yeah. It says Chelsea fan in the room here. Just a quick one. I am curious to know what you guys think about Kai so far. Is he a good buy? Oregon Guna. Answer. This guy's a special guy to me, yeah. A very, very special person to me. So just give him an answer. He wants to know what we think about Kai because, of course, obviously, we got him from Chelsea Football Club. So what do you think?
So far, I think what he's shown in preseason has been not bad at all. He's got 2 goals in 2 games, and I can't complain. Is he a good buy for $65 million? No. He's probably worth 35, 40 tops right now because of the form he showed at Chelsea. Obviously, everyone knows Chelsea had a crap season last year, and he was part of that. He couldn't score goals. No one could score goals. Mudryk, they buy 90 million and went 0 for 7 in his first 7 games. I mean, so when you look at that bunch, maybe Kai Havertz
is still coming in for about 80 million pounds and couldn't score a goal.
Yeah, I mean, I just like for the amount of money, no, absolutely not. He's a 35 to 40 million tops player right now.
He's a 35, 40 million player.
Yeah, but the market has, of course, inflated so much over the last 4 or 5 years that, any midfielder that does halfway decent on the national side and gets a good Champions League run just puts another 40 or 50 million on top of them, Tony. So that's how we're getting these 90 million German players that are 24 years old that, are really subpar in the Premier League. If he's the next Ozil, I'm going to be pissed off.
but again, yeah. See, just check this out, yeah. Even other Chelsea players, yeah, that have left that football club, all left for big money. Chelsea have done quite good business in this transfer window. Flogging all the deadwood, if you want to say, out of the football club, yeah, for big time money. They did big business, sending Mason Mount out of the football club. At least they got 50 I think that was 50, 55 million pounds plus add-ons to Manchester United, yeah? And of
Crazy.
course, Kai Havertz down to Arsenal for 65 million
Right.
pounds. But see, this is the silver lining, yeah, out there. Kai Havertz can't come to this football club. Someone we paid 65 million pounds for can't come to this football club and sit on the bench. I'm sorry, it doesn't happen. Or what
Right,
do you
and
think?
that's.
You think that
I mean,
Kai Havertz to sit on the bench?
I know, and logic would think that, Tony, but I really don't think he's going to start in that three because I think that Party just has more to give. Party is just Premier League proven. He's just better defensively, and he can cover more than Kai Havertz and on the left. Again, if Zinchenko is inverted and Havertz is the left mid and he's up the pitch and Zinchenko's up towards the halfway line, we have a massive gap on the right side, right? Or the attacking right side. So the opposing right side, right? So I just think that Declan Rice is a little more defensive minded and would be able to fill that gap better. So if Zinchenko does move up, Declan Rice isn't going to go all the way necessarily to the 18-yard box like Kai Havertz will be asked to do, like we wanted Xhaka to do. And I don't think at the time Kai Havertz can do what Xhaka did last season because Xhaka was pretty damn good last season. But we'll see, right? I mean, he's looked well in preseason, right? He has looked well in preseason, so I'll give him that. He's got 2 goals. He does arrive in the box late. He can pick out a pass. He's somewhat physical, can run, but he's not worth 65 mil, and he has to really compete for a spot, right? Let's not forget Trossard, ESR, Emerald Smith Rowe could play on that left side
All
as
these
well.
guys, they have a shout in that team right now.
And these are good problems to have, Tony, right? We wanted this 3 or 4 seasons ago. We wanted more depth. We got more depth. It's not the exact player we wanted, but to be honest, Kai Havertz was sought after by Chelsea, City, Arsenal, Liverpool 4 years ago when he was 20 years old from Leverkusen. So it's not a big thing for him to go to a big club, when you're already a German international and scored 30-plus goals in the Bundesliga in 2 seasons. I think it was 19 and 17 or 17 and 12 or something like that, right? So, and with Chelsea buying, when you buy $100 million, when you buy a $90 million player, and you're really selling them at a loss for 65, right? It's like buying a very expensive Mercedes-Benz S500. You spend $120,000 on it, right? Brand new. And once the warranty's gone out of 4 or 5 years, it's really only worth about $70,000 on the market, right? For a car in American dollars. So basically, we just bought Kai Havertz after his depreciation's gone. But it's still expensive because he's basically a Mercedes of midfielders. Right?
Exactly.
Am I making sense to everyone? So
no, you totally making sense.
It's a lot of money. It's more than I want to spend for him because I don't think he's a super midfielder. But I mean, in the market that we are, and I know we were after him in 2017. Let's be honest. So I don't know. It's good depth. It's good depth.
I will lean towards what Jess said because I was watching Jess' show with Dizzle. Lots of guys, you have to go to Dizzle's channel, and watch a particular show. I've forgotten which day they did that show, but I think it's not more than 2 days ago. Yeah, he had that. Just had that show with Dizzle. Yeah, and he had some things to say about Kai Havertz. And he likes Kai. He wants to give Kai a chance. In this team, and I really do feel like Kai should be given a chance in this team. I know he has to prove himself. But again, see. When you're coming in for 65 million pounds into this team, Mikel Arteta already knows why he's getting this guy. And in the last 3 preseason matchup that we've had, the one against MLS and the one against Barcelona, shows you, just a tip of the iceberg what Mikel Arteta wants to achieve with this guy. You can imagine there's a big argument that we have in this team. Arsenal hasn't gone for an out-and-out striker yet. We don't have an out-and-out striker. The only striker we have is a Gabriel Jesus who wears that number 9 shirt and is never in the 18-yard box. Have you thought about this? So all those loose balls, all those loose balls in the 18-yard box can't be scored. Eddie Nketiah is not good in finishing goals. We empty down there. And mind you, the person who we brought in to be a goal scorer in this team is out there linking up play, because Gabriel Jesus is that guy that sees the game more from from the flanks, from the wings, because he's always cutting in. Same thing, he was cutting in from the left in that Barcelona match. Sometimes during the season and the Premiership, he cuts in from the right. At times, he's always making moves everywhere to bring in other attacking assets into the game, like Saka, and of course maybe bringing in someone like Martinelli. It works quite well for him, but he is never in that 18-yard box. But the good thing about this Kai Havertz thing is that when Saka is coming from the right, trying to cause chaos, and Martinelli coming with that blistering pace, and we have fullbacks, fast fullbacks running at you. I don't want you to even talk about Jurriën Timber right now, but let's say Zinchenko is running at you. Let's say Jurriën Timber is running at you. Martinelli causing problems, Trossard causing problems from the left-hand side, and Saka causing more problems from the right-hand side. It leaves those little pocket spaces for a lanky, tall player like Kai Havertz to just sit at the end of those loose balls and get us those goals. Because the guy that we employed in that number 9 position is doing other jobs apart from being the number 9 in the team. And that's where Kai Havertz come into play. You could see the goal he scored against MLS. It was in right there in the right position to slot that ball into the net. Even in that FC Barcelona, it was carefully timed by Martin Odegaard, and he just slotted. He is in the right position,
right
at the end of things, and that's something Arsenal doesn't have right now.
The man is talented, Tony. He's a German international from when he was like 15, 16 years old for a reason, right? It's how you use the players. Chelsea weren't using him right. He wasn't an all-out striker. He wasn't a false 9. He's an attacking mid that can play on the left and right side and up the middle. And he was. I think you hit the nail right on the head. He was brought in to come in to get into the 18-yard box on balls that are floating around that Jesus Martinelli can't get to on the left side. That's purely what he's there to, is to back up the strikers. But again, my problem is that when Zinchenko was up there as well, that still leaves a massive gap on our left side, right? And I don't know if I think Kai Havertz may be too attack-minded, and then he'll end up being out of position, right? If a ball's kicked over him and Zinchenko,
and then we're exposed because Zinchenko doesn't know how to defend.
Right. Like you said, though, that's where it comes in like, oh boy, look at this guy disturbing my conversation.
Guys, Deji Spores is in the house. He must be in his car driving.
So that's what his character is.
Deji, show your face.
Maybe it left Zinchenko.
Deji, are you there, man?
Yeah, just give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds, my brothers.
Okay.
Oregon, okay. I'll come for you. I'll come for you, man.
Okay.
I'll come for you. 1 second.
Okay. I hope you have a Richarlison shirt on.
I don't know why
Deji will be expecting you back into the show when you're ready.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, good. Deji Sports still arranging lots of stuff with everything. Please, when you're okay to bring in your video or your camera set, please just let us know. I'll be at the background to accept you in. Yeah, Oregon Guna.
Yeah.
Back to you. Yeah. See, we're still in this topic of Kai Havertz. Yeah, but we've moved past that a little bit. See, look at the experiment that Mikel Arteta. See, yeah, I'm all about Mikel Arteta putting players in their position. Yeah, all this hanky-panky, playing with players, like a demigod, just shuffling players out of positions. I'm not in for that. But see, there was something that he did this time with Jurriën Timber. And even if I'm not a fan of that tinkering, up and down, but should I say he got this one right with Jurriën Timber? What would you say about Jurriën Timber's positional awareness in that matchup against Barcelona. Mind you, he had to play from that left back position. We still have Kylian Tierney, whom Mikel Arteta has come out and placed faith on him and said, you know what, you're not leaving the football club this season. I'm with you. But he started up with Julian Timber. He moves the ball quite well. He could dribble. He could multitask. He could play as a centre back. He could play as a right back. He could play as a left back. We have something in our hands down here. And I also heard that he could also sit in deep in that CDM area and patrol that area while protecting the back four, turning a traditional back four into the traditional back three when he moves into that midfield position. But the big thing out of all this stuff, Zinchenko is that guy that goes invertedly and forgets to defend. But this guy, Julian Timber, 38 million pounds, from Ajax of Amsterdam, comes into this football club. And the way I'm seeing this guy, he goes into that inverted position, but he remembers that he also has a job to do in the back four. I was discussing this thing with Anthony Herbert in our show 2 days ago. What do you think about Julian Timber?
I think he's going to be a phenomenal player for us, Tony. I really do. I didn't watch my Ajax football, but I really do. He's from the Ajax School of Football. We got him for less than 50 million. So we got a player from Ajax less than 40 million. So I think we did a great piece of business for this guy. From what I saw preseason, he's going to be a real hot one to watch. He's going to be tough for any defense to handle. I think. I'm really excited what he brings. But I think he's probably not as technically as good as Zinchenko or maybe Tierney, but I think he's better than Zinchenko, but not Tierney overall, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But
at least he can defend, right? He can defend.
Why he can defend, right, is because I think if he gets the ball in that inverted position, he doesn't take the ball up as far. He makes that pass earlier, so he doesn't have to put his body up front near the halfway line. If he did against Barcelona, he was pinging longer passes in that inverted position, so he didn't have to play up to make a shorter pass. Like Zinchenko was really good at getting up to the halfway line, turning and making that inverted that reverse pass to Martinelli, right? But Timber kind of didn't go as far up, and he just played a longer pass to the left side or into the middle mostly to Odegaard or even somewhat laterally to Partey. So as long as he just doesn't move himself up the pitch and just makes a longer pass, I think he'll be able to cover more of that area. Better than Zinchenko, probably not as good as Tierney. But we have a heck of a player on our hands, and I think there's many clubs that win for him. We pipped United to him in reality because they wanted him last season for sure, which I think would have been a big signing for them. They ended up with Martinez, but I think he can move and slot in at center back as well. I think there's athleticism there, and he'll probably be better at center back than Ben White. I'm hoping White can nail down the right back position, but I think Tomiyasu gets loaned out or gets sold, hopefully, and we can switch up that right back position with Timber and Ben White because I think the left back is pretty tied up with Tierney and Zinchenko. I'm not sure about Zinchenko.
But again,
for 38 million.
But again, this is what we wanted. This is what we've been clamoring for. Competition for places across the pitch. I want to see at least 3-3 to 2-2, like for like replacements in each position in our defense, entirely in our defense structure. Because if you check what Man City, why they won the title, last season, it's based on, for me, it's just based on two things. Number one, the inexperience. See, I will call it out here. Guys know me down here. I spell it out the way it is. If it's time for praise for the team, I give the team praise. If it's time to criticize the team, I criticize. If it's time to give them their praise, I give it. It's simple. No politics down here, no agendas. See, this is why I think Arsenal lost the title last season. We failed in terms of the inexperience of Mikel Arteta. His tactics. He was always tinkering with so many things last season, That was what cost us the league. That's number one. Number two, Man City, They had a diverse Yeah, squad, big, huge squad, and that squad is not just a squad of players; it's a squad of quality,
Right.
a squad
Correct.
of
More than just
quality
bodies. Yeah.
players. So whenever you bring in any player from the bench, you know that that player is giving you 100% when they're coming
Mhm.
in. Players like the likes of Mahrez, who who was at that football club. Sorry, he
Right.
left to Al Hilal just 2 days ago. But
Right.
last season, coming up from the bench, he will give you 100%. Players like Alvarez would genuinely come in
Right.
for players like in Holland and give him a chase for his money. He scored 17 goals last season. Can you believe it? Yeah, a backup striker that didn't even start games, even
Yeah.
50% of the games, is scoring 17 goals. Well, we have Eddie Nketiah, who's at this football club, and that takes us to our next topic. Eddie Nketiah is being linked to a 34 million pounder booster away from the football club. I see Dow praying and saying his prayers.
Please make it happen. Roy Hodgson, make
Already
it happen.
saying his prayers. See. The story gets Twitter. Yeah, it gets
Yeah.
Twitter.
Tell me
Crystal
more.
Palace, West Ham, they're looking at this guy right now. Crystal Palace, yeah, fresh from
Yeah.
selling this guy, what's his name, to Galatasaray, their talismanic winger. What's this guy's name?
Oh,
I've
Zaha.
forgotten.
Zaha?
Wilfred Zaha to Galatasaray. He's off to Galatasaray. So they
Oh,
have
really?
money
I
to
haven't read
spend.
that.
Yeah, he's off.
Wilfred Zaha went to Gala freaking Tassaray.
Exactly. But again, don't throw shit on Galatasaray. Galatasaray is one of the most decorated Turkish team. At least in Turkey and in Europe also. So it's a big team.
Okay.
But away from that, ladies and gentlemen, can you believe it that Eddie Nketiah, yeah, is slated for a 34 million pound move to Crystal Palace? Yeah, their representatives are already, sounding at Arsenal. Say, Dal, if you were part of that Arsenal management right now, will you donate? Will you voluntarily come out and be the chauffeur for Uber driver?
That's what I was going to ask you. Tony, I'm going to go in the car. I'm going to the airport now. Call Deji, pick me up from the airport. I will rent a car and go down to Hale End and put him in there and drive him personally down south. And I will take less than 34 mil. I would take 5 mil, 10 mil.
I'll take 2 million.
2 million?
How about
I'll take
2
a handshake. A handshake and a hamburger, and you can have that fucking No, but for real, no. And if Eddie wants a career, okay, all due respect. If Eddie wants a football career, this is the best move.
Yeah, Zaha left on the free, but I think they want to sell Olise. Olise is everywhere in the marketplace. They want to sell him. Yeah.
Yeah. So he doesn't deserve our 14 shirt. He doesn't deserve 100 grand a week. He's not a 100 grand a week player. I think Arteta, Edu were probably hoping he would do something good. He scored one great goal against United. It's not enough. He went really 0 for 6, right, with the time that he was playing at the back end of the season. I mean, it hasn't worked out for him. It's not going to work out for him. And if he really wants a football career, he needs to make this move to Palace, plain and simple. And I will literally.
He needs to make that move. He's not good enough. Tommy guys on the charts will tell you this guy is not good enough. See, I like Eddie as a player. Yeah, I know he has the ambition. At least he's not like Rob Holding, who wants to just sit down here and just suck the life out of this football club and just earn a salary. Eddie Nketiah wants to play. At least he has the ambition of playing. That I give to him. But again, he's not Arsenal level though. He's not Arsenal level though. And this manager has backed this guy time and time without number. And again, you can't keep backing Eddie Nketiah without giving a fair chance to other players who also need chances. It shows clear, favoritism when it comes to the gameplay, when it comes to choosing of players, your first 11, that kind of like, it just it's just showing that he favors Eddie Nketiah to actually justify that 100,000 pounder is taking every week.
Right.
But I'm sorry, he's not just that guy. He can't guarantee us 20, 25 goals a season. Look at Manchester City. They have a road-based incarnate who's down there 450 something. See, Haaland could even increase his total even to 100 this season. It's possible. He scored 50-something goals last season. He can do it this season. Arsenal doesn't have a striker that could give you 30 goals in a season. I find that horrible, man.
Me too. I think there's so many options out there. Someone put in the chat earlier, like Jonathan David. We had I think maybe a moment for Lautaro Martinez, who unfortunately is going to stay at Inter and is, I believe, to be their captain. So, and I think there's probably a little bit skint on the striker market. I mean, if you're looking to get a real top striker, you're still going to spend 85 plus, right? I mean,
85 plus,
going to go for 90 million to Munich or United. I just don't know of many top strikers that are out there right now. I think I've always been a favorite of Marcus Thuram, but I think he's going somewhere else.
I don't think Arsenal is looking for him. See, Vlahovic is available. Vlahovic is available. I really
rate him, Tony. I mean, I guess he's good. I never watched him play much at Juve, but from what I saw, he was decent. But is he? There's a part of me that says put Martinelli up front and Trossard on the left.
Trossard on the left. Yeah, exactly. Again, we've tried that Martinelli. Again, we've tried that Martinelli, up top, and I'm sorry, it doesn't work. We've tried it before, it doesn't work. Let us go into the market and go get a number 9 who would come and strike for us. Players in their rightful position. Go and get a central number 9, a fox in the box, who would just situate himself in that 18-yard box and just get lots of goals. Because we have all this attacking talent everywhere. We're blessed with it. We just need a number 9 who is a fox in the box, always in that box, ready to score goals. It's as simple as that. See, how about this, How about using Trossard in that number 9 position for the first 6 months or for the first 5 months, and by January, go in, or right now, go in and tie up that Ivan Toney transfer from Brentford by January. Brother.
Okay. I'm sorry to burst everyone's Ivan Toney bubble. I truly believe he is not going to come to Arsenal Football Club.
Why?
I'm sorry.
Why?
Because there's a little bit of history with him when they beat us and he was putting stuff on Twitter. And remember, Arteta's putting stuff up on the board. Look at Ivan Toney.
Man, that's just competitiveness, man.
I know. I've been listening to listen. And also, do we want to get involved with a degenerate gambler? And I just don't think that we're really looking at Toney. I just don't think Edu is like, oh yeah, he's the one we need. Now, skillfully and technically and speed and pace and attitude and all that, bring him in. I'm all for it.
He's fox in the box that we can.
Tony, you know this.
He's in the box that we're gonna afford to get.
We're just not going to buy him. We're just not going to buy him, and everybody brings it up on stream after stream. It's not.
But again, remember, you just said that a decent striker in the market.
Yeah.
Let's check in the international market. Will cost you 80, 85, 95 million pounds. Yeah, Ivan Toney. With what has happened to him, it will be easy to negotiate a deal for Ivan Toney. I don't think Brentford want to associate themselves with that big of a problem now.
We do, you do, and you want to be associated with that? That's the thing. If Brentford doesn't want to be associated, why do you, Tony? Why would you want him?
I could overlook it. See, man. See, we have to be shameless when it comes to the title. No, see, Brentford, it's a different thing. Brentford is not going for the title. But Arsenal is going for the title. So sometimes you have to be shameless with all these signings, You have to be shameless. Go for it, win the title. So then, Deal with anything that comes up from that signing. I don't know. But if you want to win the title, go for players like that. Come in, score goals, tap, tap, boom, win the title, and the rest is history. I don't know. What do you think?
Tony, it's not my money and it's not your money. If you want to win the title, you will. Here's you want to win the title. You sell Odegaard to PSG and you get a
big ups to Stephen Murphy, new on this channel. Stephen Murphy, big ups to you. Yeah, you're on this channel. Long-haired Yeti, that's our guy. Yeah, Yeti. Next week I'll be having you on the show, Yeti. Big ups to you. Across the Sports Talk is still here. Yeah, big ups to you, Chris Moss. Ellie Does TV. Tony is down here with us. Emperor is still down here with us. Cyborg Ninja still here with us. Big ups to you. Yeah, you were saying something down there. Yeah,
if you want to talk about ambition, real ambition is selling Odegaard to PSG to get Mbappe and get a loan on the money to get Mbappe, because they want Martinelli and they want Odegaard. I'm willing to get rid of Odegaard for Mbappe. If you want to talk, we want to cut the mustard and get real and get a real striker.
He just scored 16 goals for you last season.
Damn.
From the middle of the park.
No. I know, but you have to provide a player of value, Tony. We don't have 250 mil to splash out on a player, so we have to take our 90 mil rated midfielder and use him as a prize to get to where we need to be. If we're serious as a club, if we're serious as Edu and the Cronkies are, they would pony up the money to tell Mbappe that you are the next Henry and you will wear the number 14 and lead this club to glory. And we will have to sacrifice players. But Martinelli is not the one I want to sacrifice. I have no problem letting Odegaard go for Mbappe and an extra 100 mil. I'm sorry. Hey, you want to play with the big boys, you got to get off the porch, right? I mean, you can get Vlahovic, great, 75, 80 mil. That money can be used for Mbappe. You have to sell an asset to get a better asset, right? It's business
to get a better asset, right? Yeah.
So you have to provide value to your clients, our clients PSG, right? Our clients PSG, if we want Mbappe. You have to provide value. If you're not going to pony up $260 million cash, you have to give them a valuable asset that's worth 50% or more of that value. And Odegaard is one of the ones that is. He's worth about 90, 95 mil. I don't want to get rid of Martinelli.
I totally understand that, but I still think that Martin Odegaard is a mainstay here. Mikel Arteta loves this guy to a pop. So I don't think he's going to let go of him. He's not going to let go of him. Let's be frank. He's not going to let go of him. He's him as a big asset to this football club. I don't think he will let go. But see, there's a big one. See, Arsenal all over the news again. See, and this time, it's from a former player, not a legend of this football club, but he played for Arsenal Football Club. He has this legendary quartet that he scored against Liverpool, and I'm talking of no other person than Julio Baptista, Real Madrid legend, See, he came up today and he talked up a storm today talking about Neymar. He said that Arsenal's Arsenal's, how do I put this now? I want to transcribe it in the way he said it, but he just said that the final jigsaw for Arsenal, would be to bring in Neymar from PSG. That would be that statement signing, not just a statement signing, but that would be that ilk of a player. that will come into Arsenal and complete this jigsaw. Dalia, think about it. I can give you a second. Think about it. Do you think that Julio Baptista, a former player in his own right for Arsenal Football Club, so he knows the football club, do you think that he was right in making such pronouncements today?
No. What is Neymar going to do at Burnley on a Monday night in the pouring rain? What is Neymar going to do in winter games when he gets touched and rolls over?
Oregon Gunnash cooking.
Neymar. No, just absolutely no. No, I would rather.
But why? He's a decent player. He's a decent player. He could get you goals. He's that fox in the box who could stay in that box and literally get you goals. It does it better than what Gabriel Jesus is doing now. Gabriel Jesus is never in the 18-yard box. See, guys, I love Gabriel Jesus. He does everything but being in that number 9 position. Even the goal he scored against the MLS, it was outside the 18-yard box. That shows you that Mikel wants him in the 18-yard box to start with in the first place. So if we have a number 9 who's not a true number 9, if we don't have a striker who could give us 20 to 25 to 30 goals in the season, see, what a loss, because Manchester City, who is the who is at the top of that pinnacle, the people who are pursuing for this title, they can have 60 goals in one bag with a striker, and we don't have someone in that ilk who can get that for us. What's the problem with getting Neymar into the fray?
Because I don't think he's built for the Premier League, Tony. I mean, I get what you're saying, but comparing Neymar to Haaland is kind of like apples and oranges, bro. I mean, Haaland's like 6 years younger than him and is like a Viking god, right? I mean,
exactly, man.
Haaland was built for the Premier League, okay? Neymar will roll around on the ground, like our man Yeti says, on the floor more than a slug. It's just, it doesn't bring any.
Big ups, Yeti.
And you're right. He's a great player. He's one of the top 10 players in the world in some cases. But I would rather spend that money and make a big deal with Mbappe, even if it is 350, 400 pounds a week, and it jacks up our wage structure a little bit. I mean, I think what other striker can compete with Haaland? We've been talking about Haaland and Mbappe for the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
I mean, to say they're the best.
But again, I don't think Mbappe will want to come to Arsenal. I don't think Mbappe will want to come to Arsenal. It's a little bit.
In my dreamland, I would hope so, but we'll never spend that money on one player. And you're right, Odegaard's way too valuable to our club, and he is, he's not really considered captain material, but there's something there that Arteta sees, and he is the captain of the Norwegian team, if that really means anything. But you're right. We're not going to sell Odegaard to get Mbappe. That's not going to happen. But there has been rumblings of Martinelli to get him. But then you look at the wage structure. So really, then it leads to like which strikers are really, really available besides like Jonathan David, Vlahovic, Ivan Toney, excuse me, maybe Goncalves from Benfica.
Yeah.
I think somebody put Ramos. Gonçalo Ramos is a decent player. So I think there's some options out there, but are they really Premier League proven? I mean,
Premier League proven, and that's the problem. That's the problem. They're not. And trust me, I don't want to come and bring another player to Arsenal Football Club that will leach out of the system, and then it's very difficult for us to flush this player out. So we have to be careful in the players we go into the market to bring. Talking about being careful right now, just listen to this. Arsenal Football Club reject 30 million. Yeah, read my lips, Oregon Gunner. 30 million pounds for Balogun from Inter Milan just yesterday. What do you think about this news?
I think that's great because I think he's worth 50. That's not, why settle for less? Let's keep. I don't know what's going on with Balogun, to be honest, Tony. I don't know if he's staying or coming. He's training alone. He's better than Eddie. I don't know why Arteta just doesn't see that. Sell Eddie and keep Balogun. It seems pretty straightforward to me. I would definitely keep him over Eddie, but I wouldn't sell him for 30 mil. I think that's a bit on the cheap. I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted of what to do. I want to see him really play in Premier League first, Maybe play him until January if they want to sell him, and then sell him if it doesn't work out between now and January, I guess. I know there's a lot of people in the chat that really do rate him, and I understand that. He's much better than Eddie from what I've seen in the last, few weeks. But I want to see him do it, against Chelsea, Liverpool, United.
Yeah, exactly, man. See, if reports come out today.
What does that really get? What does 30 mil really get us, Tony, right? Right? I mean, seriously, you sell for 30 mil. What's 30 mil going to get us?
30 million pounds, man. It's so small. If Eddie Nketiah has been linked for about 34 million pounds and he just scored barely 5 goals last season, and we have someone who went to the French League just last season, scored about 21 goals in of course, in League On, where you have the Mbappes of the world, and of course last season where they had Neymar, of course, and where they had Messi, of course, last season, and it was putting up figures of about 21. Last season in League On. I think we should be getting 50 to 60 million pounds. And see, the last time I checked, is an English player. Okay, let's say an American now, But
But
let's say American now, good.
He played in England. Right. He played
45,
50
million.
England. Oh, I think 30 million to them would be a great bargain, but not to us. I would sell him Eddie for 30 million. I just think better than that. I guess at the end of the day, I would give him a try. I would give him some high pressure games. I think we played United in the third or fourth week. Stick him in there. In the 70th minute when we're 1-1 or 1-0 down. He has to be tested, Tony. And the French league was a decent pre-test. I mean, it's the French league. Some will say, "Oh, it's a fourth-rate league" or whatever, but still, it's professional experience, and those defenders are still good. You have Marseille, obviously PSG and Olympique Lyon in there. There's Montpellier. There's good teams in the French league that can still at least display what a player is capable of, right? So you've got to at least throw the kid to the wolves. You threw Eddie to the wolves, and he scored a great goal for us against United. Maybe Balogun will do the same thing. Maybe he'll pull up with a winner against City in an 85th minute. But we'll never know until Arteta gives the kid a chance, a real solid chance. And I think he did give a solid chance to Eddie. With all due respect, he did give a solid chance to Eddie. At the end of the season before and last season in the games where he did nothing.
I personally, if I was in London, I personally will be the chauffeur, or the Uber driver. I don't mind being an Uber driver for just maybe 30 minutes, to be the one to escort Eddie Nketiah out of the football club.
I'll open the door for you to help him out of the car.
See, I like the guy. He has to go. But
he has to go.
This is the big fish in the pond. Rob Holding is still at this football club. See, Mikel Arteta came out. In a presser after that Barcelona matchup, and he said, "It isn't sustainable that we have 30 players in the roster right now, and it's not actually." In all alternative reality, which is true, it's not sustainable to have 30 players on the roster. We need some outgoings in the football club. And when you have when you should be having outgoings, it means you have to be ruthless. You don't need to joke. You have to be ruthless. And I'm sorry, man, if you don't want to play Balogun, you have to be ruthless. Then sell him, get the right amount of money, and get in the right player. So I want to see Eddie Nketiah sold. I want to see Balogun sold at the end of the day. If you don't want to play him, then sell him and bring in a player right now that can be able to galvanize this team. I still think Ivan Toney can be tempted, can be tempted away from.
I'm sure he can be tempted.
Someone made mention, of course, Emperor, our guy down here, he says, if you want top young striker, Goncalo Ramos. Ramos is a good player. There are lots of strikers we could go for. The Napoli striker, Osimhen. Osimhen is a good striker. And
I forgot about him.
He's a striker from Napoli. What do you think?
I forgot about him. Yeah, I knew there was a guy. I'm glad you reminded me of that. I knew there was a guy in Italy. I couldn't think of his name. I would absolutely get him. I would have bought him over Declan Rice. I would have bought him first over Declan Rice. I really would have. Right? Essentially, because we need a out-and-out striker more than we kind of need a midfielder. I mean, we need both.
We do need. Granit Xhaka. Mind you, Granit Xhaka also left this football club. We also have to, replace that grit. Even if I never liked Granit Xhaka in middle of the park.
Me neither. He had one great season. Right, but you thought about Havertz would be that replacement. So if we spend 65 mil on Havertz, the 100 mil on Osimhen, I'm good. I just think Declan Rice is, first of all, was too much money, and he's a good player. He's going to be a very, very good player for us. I really believe that. But when we need a striker that can compete with Darwin Núñez, Holland, maybe this Højlund guy.
We need a striker like that.
It's just a very basic need, Tony. And we've needed it for a long time because Jesus, we know, can't do it all. And then the other thing to remember is that there's no World Cup this year, so we'll see a real Jesus for a full 38 games. So maybe there's something there that we'll see this season that we didn't get last season.
Yeah, we'll also talk about Trossard last before we go out on the show. But you know what? Yeah, see, my brother. So you're down with Arsenal rejecting that £30 million from Inter Milan. You're down with it, yes or no? Final answer.
It's worth more. Yes, I would reject that deal.
So you're down with that rejection. Good and okay.
I would take no less than 50.
Arsenal is being linked with Mohamed Kudus from Ajax of Amsterdam. This guy can play as an attacking midfielder. It's a versatile player. Has the old trappings of what Mikel Arteta likes here. He likes all these inverted players and all this versatile player who play multiple positions across the team. Good and okay. Is it the best? No, I don't think so. But let's look at the player and check it out. So Mohamed Kudus, Ajax of Amsterdam, I think he scored about 11 goals last season for Ajax of Amsterdam. Yeah, he could play in the attacking midfield role. He could play also on the right too for them. Genuinely, I've also heard that he could also play just behind the striker a little bit. But of course, we do have a lot of assets that could also cover up that area for Arsenal Football Club. See, do you think we should be going for Kudus? He is, with what I'm hearing in the transfer window, he has said he prefers Arsenal Football Club to Chelsea Football Club. Do you want him down there?
Well, if he wants to come and we think that there's really value in him, then definitely bring him in. And of course, I'd rather have him feel that way again for us than join Chelsea where he wouldn't probably get much game time. I think he'd be more useful for us, and but he may take away some time from Reece Nelson if Reece Nelson's going to play on the right and the left, because that leaves him in limbo as well. But as far as getting Eddie Nketiah, Deji's already in his car. Deji can drive up to North London and come get Eddie Nketiah right now, because he would start with Richarlison in that squad.
I don't like how you guys do it.
Deji, you're welcome to Deji, You're welcome to me and Oregon's new show, which is the Dal and Claude show, the first episode. Bro, you're welcome, man. What do you have to say? Thanks for coming in to bless the show. Come on, man. What are you talking about right now?
Thank you, and apologies for being late. It's a pleasure. Oregon Gooner. Look, I don't like the way you're disrespecting Nketiah, man, because you guys were the ones shaking your bum for him last year in the Europa League. Keep him. If you think he's going to do a job. I just feel like Arsenal, you got a lot of talent, but you don't know what to do with it. This is why I was saying on the Minority Report yesterday that, you keep talking about Trossard, but Trossard doesn't start in your front three. And I really don't know what you guys are going to do. The thing is, you need a 20-goal plus striker if you guys want to be sure to make it in the top 4 this season. And Nketiah, Jesus, or an inverted Havertz just isn't the meal ticket, unfortunately. And I've come to tell you direct to your face, both Tony and Oregon, that I'm saying live on the first show, this show, that you guys will finish outside of the top 4. And I just can't wait. I can't wait to see the demise of your club, because there's no such steps.
The disrespect Arsenal is getting from rival fans this season, it's tremendous.
It's what I said before. It's what I said before.
The disrespect we're getting, people fail to understand that we still pushed City last season. It's just 5 points.
You pushed City because it was a freak season.
Lost this prize last
and
season.
we are going to see for real. You put City because it was freakish.
See, yeah,
Oregon.
Deji is not the first fan telling me that we're not going to qualify.
You saw your team against Manchester United this pre-season. Aren't you scared?
No. Because here's the thing. Because we played against United and we were soft and we got kicked all over the pitch, right? And Arsenal didn't look that good. But then we go and beat a league-winning Barcelona side. And then we're the
Spanish champions.
So being an Arsenal fan right now, Deji, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. But the fact of the matter is, we still beat Barcelona, and that wipes away the Manchester United loss because we didn't play a very good game against United. You men beat somebody from Singapore, which holds no weight.
And won the trophy.
I mean, I'm not shaking my bum for that result. I'm not going to lie to you, but for me, you played a Barcelona team that just started their pre-season.
You shaked your bum for it yesterday. You shaked your
That
bum
was
for it
Barcelona's first pre-season game, right?
I don't care.
So they're not back to full fitness.
Are you trying to tell me that if you guys would have beat Barcelona 5-3, that you would have been shaking your Tony bum a little bit and have a little bit of confidence? No, having a little bit of confidence going into the next couple weeks into the season.
I'm not.
You lie, my brother.
Oregon,
you would be like, woo! Look at what we did. We were phenomenal. Blah, 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 blah. Now, when we do it, though, what did you say?
No, we're not taking our bum for preseason games.
What does Real Madrid?
Oh, but you could shake your bum for
that was your
no, but you could shake your bum for Manchester United beating Arsenal in the preseason.
Only because you guys take preseason seriously. You guys take preseason games seriously. Last season, you had a good preseason and you took that energy into the league. So far, you've lost to United, a Premiership team, and then you've beaten a Barcelona team whose first official game, first preseason match. Yippity-doo, yippity. You've had 4 games since the Barcelona game. You had 3 or 4 games.
Okay.
So you're clearly matched up.
Well, okay. No, okay, let me answer that. Number one,
I mean, it's crazy.
Okay, number one, like I said
ladies
before,
and gentlemen, the legend himself, Deji Spores.
You don't know their physical abilities or how they're feeling or any of that from game to game, Deji. You don't live in Barcelona. You're not their doctor. You don't know how they feel, right? Number one. Wow. Number two, right? If the boots were on the other feet and this was Tottenham Hotspur beating that Barcelona side with Lewandowski, Pedri, and Aurelio, and whoever there's a couple of their new kids are, and their number one goalkeeper. We put 5 on them. Could have been 6 with the penalty. So you mean to tell me that your Tottenham side against Barcelona could put 6 on them on any given day, regardless if it's an exhibition or not?
I'll be honest with you. For me, if we had beaten Barcelona, I'd be all right. But remember, that you don't win anything for winning a preseason game. So nobody's shaking their bum pre-season. I would get excited if you were beating Barcelona in the Champions League in the group stage. So let's just put things into context, Oregon Gooner. You ain't getting any prizes for winning a dusty pre-season game. You let me know when you win a real game.
Okay, I will let you know when we use that same formation, those are tactics against Barcelona at Camp Nou or at our place, and we go and beat them again 5-3.
Then I will come on this show and I'll put my hand up and say I was wrong.
Was the top European Premier League teams, unlike Tottenham, go against the La Liga side that had a full squad. Their manager, their fan base, they have a huge.
We got Barcelona next week. And I'm not reading nothing into that game. I can tell you now, I'm not reading nothing into that game, my brother.
You're not, but you don't think your squad is going to take, if you guys beat them, they're not going to take the wind in their sails and look to that for the next couple weeks. That's my only comment I said about Barcelona. The only real positive is that we have momentum behind our wings. And also, I'd rather take a 5-3 Barcelona win than a 2-1 win at City for a shitty shield that no one cares about, because it's about building momentum. It's about building momentum, and that's why
I hope you guys are building momentum, mate.
Lost and won. We came off a 2-0 loss.
I hope you guys are building momentum.
You lads can do that. Then I would say congratulations. But until that happens, then I'm going to take the Barcelona win and make it make sense.
Well, we'll see about that. We'll see about that.
And you're better lucky that you aren't in our first couple weeks of games because we beat you boys 4-0, 5-2 as well.
I'm not taking my bum for Tottenham this season. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not taking my bum for them because I said that.
You got the players you want. Right.
Deji Sports, you have a new villain, yeah? He's in the charts. This guy is ready for you, yeah? You know, in this space, yeah, there's lots of villains, yeah? This guy is ready to get at you, man. His name is Long-Haired Yeti. Don't come across this guy, man. This guy is ready, man. Bro, he's been throwing lots of bombs on the charts for you, man. Friendly bombs, yeah?
Unfortunately, I can't see the chat at the moment, so unfortunate.
So
I know, man. But Long-Haired Yeti is ready for you anytime.
You know, anytime. That guy's ready for you. We beat Barcelona, we were happy, but then you said Real Madrid. I didn't understand what beating Barcelona has to say. Like, we couldn't beat Madrid. Like, what I was trying to say, Oregon Gunner. So far for me, pre-season. There are two teams that are taking pre-season very, very serious from the games I've been watching. Right.
Manchester United and Real Madrid. Okay. So I'm not saying Barcelona, that was their first game. I would like to see you guys play Brighton. If you guys beat Brighton pre-season 5-3, then I'll be like, yeah, Arsenal's cooking. But I'm not sure. I remember last season, pre-season. Listen, last season, pre-season, Arsenal did not lose a game. Right. You've already lost one this pre-season. So let that sink in.
Shout out to King's Football Show, guys. Go and subscribe to the King Football Show. Great guy, and great supporter of this channel too. The King Football Show. Big ups to you, man. We love you down here. Long-Haired Yeti. Big ups to you. Across the pond, Sports Talk. Big ups to you. Yeah, you were saying something down.
No, I was just saying that you've already done worse than you did this time last year pre-season.
Okay, fair enough. But I'm not going to let a 2-0 United win kind of like put me down in the dumps. And then 3 days later we go and taunt Barcelona. And believe me, we had control of that second half. It wasn't like it was like ping pong, ball going everywhere. We had literally control of that second half. And my man Vieira got in there and put a 20-yard boost in there. Trossard scored a brace. I mean, I think, Deji, deep down, you're really worried about us. I really think you are. I think you see the
he's worried. He's worried. He's hurting.
I'm not worried about you guys.
It's not about that. He knows that.
Can I just say something? Oregon and Tony.
You know that we spent money in this transfer window. Genuinely, you know that Arsenal is coming for that title. You know this. And you know that your team is not in the conversation for the same title this season. Are you still having Tottenham Hotspurs above Arsenal this season? Do you think Arsenal will qualify for the Champions League next season?
I'm not. But can I say that the Premier League is the best league in world football? I've been saying this. I always say it. So I can't shake my bum when you beat a team outside of England. Where is the Champions League?
Well, Barcelona, you know,
oh my God, this is Spanish champions. This is genuinely literally the same thing you would do for the Champions League, bro.
Where is the Champions League trophy? Where is it?
Where's yours?
Oh my
God.
Where is the Champions League in England?
Oh my God.
I just want
the Champions League trophy is in England, so don't tell me about Barcelona.
Deji, I'm telling you about Barcelona because you know what I know. They are a footballing
Don't tell me about Barcelona.
This is crazy.
The Champions League is in England, baby. So I only want to know what you do against British teams. And so far, the one British team you played, you lost to.
The one Singapore team you played.
Understandable. No, we lost to Manchester United. There's no
We lost to United in preseason. Okay. But we still
we did lose to Manchester United. That's a big one. I can't wait to face English opposition. I can't wait.
Doing jack against the British team in Europe. That's what you showed us.
Interesting. Okay, good. Let's look.
I didn't hear what you said, bro.
I said Barcelona ain't doing jack against you, ain't doing jack against City, ain't doing jack against Man U.
That's a bold statement, bro. It's not like
very bold statement, and it's a lie.
Not like the real Sociedad in Sevilla, Deji. We're talking about
Barcelona team will hurt you on a good day.
Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid, guys. Don't be stupid. Bro. I don't rate none of these teams.
Apparently not. I thought you would at least rate Barcelona and say, wow, okay, I guess Arsenal against Barcelona.
So wait, so you don't rate the Spanish champions? Because this guy just won the La Liga last season.
I don't
so
rate
you don't respect them at all. They're bums.
I don't.
They're bums.
I don't rate no team outside of England.
Oh my God, Jesus
Christ.
Can I tell you now? The Champions League is, I'll tell you now, the Champions League is coming back to England. It's staying there. It's not coming out.
Okay, fair enough. Good thing it's going to be in the red.
So if the Champions League is not coming out, how can I rate them? Exactly.
Okay. Good enough. Good enough.
No answer.
Good enough.
Yeah. Your answer. You're putting a hypothetical question. Like if you don't care about Barcelona and Madrid, then do you really care about European football at all?
I care about European football, but I'm telling you, the English league is too damn strong. So don't be telling me about any team outside of England.
Okay, good. Deji Sports, good, no problem.
Okay.
What do you think will be Arsenal's chances in the Champions League this season?
You're gonna play 6 games in the group stages.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think about Arsenal in the Champions League? Do you think we'll generally go far this season?
6 games in the group stages.
Since you don't clearly respect European teams, that's what I'm getting at.
You are gonna play 6 matches in the groups.
And we're gonna win them all.
Yeah.
No, that's it.
Nope.
Yeah, Deji, yeah. So what?
That's it.
Hey, if we're gonna, that's great. If
Deji,
we're gonna play Barcelona again in the Champions League at the Emirates and we come out winners 5-3, I'll take it.
No, you're gonna play 6 matches only.
I'll take it anytime.
So do the math. You're gonna play 6 matches, and that will be it.
See, ladies and gentlemen, they just in the house here, guys. See, see, guys, they just was in the house.
He doesn't rate La Liga.
I don't.
He doesn't rate La Liga. See, Deji. See, they just pause. Yeah. See, before I go to Oregon,
is the Liga better than the Prem?
No.
Oh, there you go then. That's all I'm saying.
But you can't. But when you look at it, right? But again,
no. But Oregon, you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful about that. Real Madrid has won the Champions League back to back. Come on, what are we talking about? See, it's not something we have to. Let's bring this English bias into this thing. Yeah, bro. On a good day, you can say the Spanish league. It's better than the English league because they've been winning the Champions League.
You can't say that. No, you can't say that. You can never say that. Okay. The competition ain't the same.
No, I'm just saying.
There's 2 teams in Spain.
There's a reason why Real Madrid has been winning. See, Deji Sports. There's a reason why Real Madrid has been winning the Champions League.
Let me tell you why Real Madrid has been winning the Champions League, because they're backed by the state-backed team. That's why they got so many financial problems. They're state-backed.
Right.
And then they get bailed out by the state. How many teams have that? Come on.
At the same time, when you look at the European football competition, not about the money in the state, blah, 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 that's all fine and good. Barcelona is still a world championship club. No matter, like I was just trying to make that. No matter stuff, but I don't know how you can't say you don't really rate.
No, Oregon, what I'm trying to say is that Barcelona You see, what you're trying to do is you're trying to paint a picture like this is the Barcelona of the Xavis, the Thierry Henrys, the Eto'os, the Barcelona. Remember, this dusty Barcelona team got knocked into the Europa League.
They did.
Telling me about winning the Spanish league. They fell into Europa.
Fair enough.
Oh my!
And we beat them 5-3 in exhibition.
Oh, we beat them 5-3 either way.
So you can't be shaking your
But it builds momentum for us going into the season.
I reckon do the nice answer. We beat them anyway.
You beat Barca, but you couldn't beat Sporting.
Oh yeah, no, that's right.
That's right. Yeah, I give it.
You beat City, you couldn't beat us.
Okay, good and okay. Good. See, Deji Sports. Yeah, the final one for before we leave out of the show. See, Manchester City, Arsenal, Community Shield, the first match that ushers us into the new Premiership season. Deji Sports, what's your take on that? With Manchester City weekend with at least two of the stalwarts leaving the football club this season, this summer. Gondo leaving the club, Mahrez leaving the football club, and Arsenal bringing this new recruits. See, guys in the chat, in no way am I saying that Manchester City have, lost their potency. Either way, it's a big squad with quality players, Good. But Deji Sports, what do you think will happen in that Community Shield come next week?
Well, typical Arsenal, you'll probably win, but it means nothing.
Okay, so you got us winning.
Arsenal will
win,
but I can tell you this: when it matters in the league, when it matters in the FA Cup, when it matters in the Champions League, you will lose. But you will win the Community Shield, and you will shake your bums. And you and Oregon Guna will come in next week or the week after the game, and you'll be talking about that's why you guys are going to be winning the league, not knowing that Pep don't give a damn about the Community Shield, the local shield, or the Garden Shield. Nobody cares.
Right. I don't care about
Oregon Guna. What do you have to say, Oregon Guna?
I care more about
Oregon Guna. The same question to you, man. What do you think of Arsenal, Manchester City?
I agree with Deji. We'll probably beat them. But I think the difference is we have the depth this year to make more of what we missed out on last season. So if you think that we're just going to roll over on some of these competitions and lose to Southampton in the FA Cup again, I think you're deeply smoking some stuff, Deji, that you need to probably check your doctor with, my friend.
But Deji Sports, Deji Sports,
medications up a little bit.
Deji, even you said it last season. Arsenal went into this preseason games, won this preseason games, and took that form into the Premiership, and they kept winning from there on.
You've had a blip. You've had a blip already.
Yeah, we had a blip. Good, no problem. But Deji Sports, if we do beat Man City, just for instance, what you predicted, we beat up Man City. We beat up Barcelona, of course, in that 5-3. These are big teams to beat, Of course, in preseason structurally. Deji Sports, do you think Arsenal can have the mental edge if we do beat Manchester City in that Charity Shield and looking at Barcelona, beating Spanish champions and doing it also against Manchester City at the start of the season? Do you think that galvanizes Arsenal into the season, just like it happened last season? Do you think it's going to be possible?
No, no. Let me tell you why. Forget Arsenal for a second. Manchester City did the treble last year, and mentally, you have the fortitude to be able to win 3 trophies, keep the momentum going, and then what Pep has done should actually scare you. Mahrez and Gundogan, he let them go. That's because he's got a plan. That's because he's got something up his sleeve. You just haven't seen it yet. And that's what scares me, because let's be real. Any other team don't let those 2 players go. Not with the seasons they had last year. So for me, even if you win, Pep is cooking.
Man City had a slow start last year. Remember that? They had a slow start.
Yeah.
They came around, they did their thing. That's what they do. They don't give a damn about the first 2-3 months. What they give a damn about is the last 3 months, player. So you can have the momentum at the beginning, but remember what your players said. Saka said it. He said, you man, Jesus said it. He said, you man got nervous. And who's to say that you guys have dealt with the trauma of last season? Because let's be real, in the last 10 games, you'll be thinking about, guess what? What you did last season. So for me, yeah, it's techie for you guys. It's real techie. Don't worry about City. They got this. Can you get over the trauma of last year?
Yeah.
That's the question.
I'm over it.
Oregon Gunnar, would you like to counter what Deji Sports just said? The mentality going into next season, even if we do put Man City on toast in the Charity Shield, do you think that galvanizes us through the new season?
I definitely think it galvanizes more, but what Deji said is the absolute 100% truth. We came in with guns blazing last season, and we had a little blip, and then we won 6 or 7 games straight, and then we had a major blip that cost us the trophy. We all know that. But at the same time, we didn't have the backup that we have now. We purchased 3 new players that were still, very. Kai Havertz is debatable if he's worth 65 mil. And even Declan Rice is debatable, worth 100 mil, right? But I have no doubt that Jurrien Timber is going to be a decent player for us for 38 mil. So we have more depth at the left back, right back, and center back. And Declan Rice is a player that I'm sure Deji probably doesn't rate highly, but if Tottenham were to buy him, he probably wouldn't even, shake his head at it. And same with Kai Havertz, right? Even though he's a $40 million player, not a $65 million player. But anyhow, I do believe in having the wind in our wings and coming out strong at the beginning of the season. And again, I think this sounds ridiculous to Deji, but I hope it doesn't to everyone in the chat and you, Tony, that there's a lot to be said still for that Barcelona win, and something to be said if we lose 2-1, let's say to City in the Charity Shield. I think that's something that we can look over because the performance against the Barcelona was so much better. And I keep going back to that, which I'm sure Deji is probably tired of hearing of, but I don't think that you realize that how well we played in that game and how well the players connected together, because it wasn't the MLS. It was, the United game. We lost. You're right. We lost. But we came back and won the next game. And it's how as you said before, Deji, it's not always how the last game was. It's how you perform the next game that keeps you going. You've said that. We've all said that at some point in time, right? You can't look back at the teams that, when Tottenham is the only real team that can beat City. And once you beat them, it's hooray, hooray. But you look on to the game at the next weekend, right? So I still think that if we play City well, we come out 2-1 losers or 3-1, but we play well, that still gives us momentum and something for Arteta to work with. And if we come out and win the first 3-4 games of the season, that still puts pressure on everybody else.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'd rather have the points than not have the points, right? You want the points first. You don't want to be battling for the points on Sunday and Monday, right? You want those 3 points on a Saturday. And if we can maintain that same sort of, fight that we put in the beginning of the season, and we've filled some gaps, there's no World Cup, so we get 38 weeks, of football, and now we've got these added Champions League games. It's going to be really interesting to see what we do. But again, if we can get those 3 or 4 games, those 3 points, and get a good 12-point lead, I'm going to be very, very excited. And I will be twerking.
Well, we'll see.
The season will still start up. We'll see what's going to happen. I just want Arsenal to go get me a striker, Arsenal. Go get me a striker. If you can get me a 25, 30 goal striker this season or this summer, it will greatly help the cost of this team. Once you can get that, you can be able to compete with this City team because they have a machine who can score them 60 goals in a season. And that's the difference. That's the difference. Personally, I think they're already weakened already with some of their quality players already going out. But they still have that definitive in Erling Haaland. This guy can score goals. And even if Erling Haaland is not there to score, Alvarez is there to score goals. So see, yeah, doomed anyway. See,
Tony,
we've come to the end of the show.
Yeah,
Deji, shout out your channel, man. Shout out your channel, man.
Thank you, guys. Pleasure to be here. Deji Spurs, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Guys, I have to go though. If that's all right.
Bro.
Yeah, big ups, Deji. One love, Deji. Thanks for coming to the show. Yeah, Oregon, man.
Yes, sir.
Great show today, man.
Great show today. Yeah, I'm all about momentum, Tony. As I've talked about it a lot this show. If we get again, let's say we play well against Monaco coming up, that's just another feather in our cap to look at what we're doing right to get the first 3 or 4 games under our belt and get those wins. My main complaint the other day when Deji was on your show the other day was that we say we beat Barcelona and he starts saying, well, you won't beat Real Madrid. Like that. That's just not a conversation, right? It's like, well, you didn't beat Sevilla. I mean, come on. So we take each game as it comes. You can only play who's in front of you.
Each game, as it comes.
Right?
Yeah.
I hope we beat City. I don't, and I'm like as well too, Tony. I want the Charity Shield as well to say we won it, but I don't want to do it at some sort of cost, right? I mean, I want the team to go out, play hard, play to win. But if it doesn't happen, I don't want that to be kind of the tsunami wave that knocks us down before the season even starts.
Yeah.
I just want momentum, man. I think it's all about momentum. And short thing, I've played this game for 30 plus years. I've played as a kid. I've managed played on men's Division 1 5-a-side indoor team. I know the game in and out. And I know that momentum means a lot. And I know a lot of you've probably played, a lot of people in the chat obviously grew up and probably played. And you guys would really know momentum means a lot in team sports. It is what carries you through and gives you a more of a positive outlook to win each week in and week out. And I think that we're getting that. Let's see what we do against Monaco and against City, and let's fucking do it, man. I can't wait 2 more weeks.
Exactly, man. 2 more weeks. I can't wait. See, everyone who came to support this new show today, God bless you guys, yeah. Long hair Yeti, here to there. Thank you for coming around to the show today. God bless you. It's the first time I'm seeing you down here. Big ups to you. King's Football Show. Guys, go and subscribe to that guy. Great guy. I've been wanting to bring this guy to the show, man, but I don't know. I sent in Twitter messages. King Football Show. Check the Twitter messages, man. I've sent you lots of requests to pop into the show, very soon, Long Hair Yeti will be making his debut on this channel. I'm just waiting for the calculated time when he's gonna agree to come to the show. See, guys, a host of shows are gonna be pumping in the next 3, 4, 5 days. See, tomorrow I'm bringing in Ola of the Fight Week channel. We'll be chopping it up tomorrow. From at least let's say maybe 7:30 p.m. On Monday, I will be bringing in someone is coming in on Monday, but I think on Tuesday, Jess is coming to the channel on Tuesday for the final installment of the Transfer Window show with Matt. Nice. So Matt, the Southern Gunner will be here on Tuesday.
Oh, that's going to be a good one.
Yeah, so that's a big one. Guys, don't miss that one. Yeah. On Wednesday, Brandon is from True Gunners TV. Coming on Wednesday. Back-to-back shows. And on Monday, you see, Oregon Gunner, if you have the time, you might have to come in for this one. Okay, it's me against Traps. The first episode, of the rival show season 2. See, Traps, it comes with that energy. It would be nice if you can come around and
he's a tough one. He's a tough one.
That guy's a different animal altogether.
Yeah, shout out to Traps. He knows his wordplay, and as a United fan, he's got the trophies to back up the conversation. He knows that Man United is a big rival of ours, and he likes to rub it in every chance he gets when they win.
He likes to rub it in.
Shout out to Traps. I think he's a great YouTuber, and I think he knows football really, really well.
Yeah, sure. See, Oregon Gunner, please shout out where people could find you, man. Bro, me and you have done up to 140 minutes, man. That's big.
It's been a great show.
About the doing is talked about Arsenal. had a chop up with Deji Sports, man. Legendary show
Absolutely.
today, man. Lovely intro to
That's
the
Deji.
host.
Thanks, Tony. Everybody can find me at Oregon Goon on YouTube. I play a little FIFA, a little video games. It's more just like a gaming thing. I don't do much football commentary or much. But yeah, I'm also on IG. Come and say hello. I put a lot of football videos, funny shit on there. Just come and say hi. Definitely subscribe. And on Fridays is the American Idiots Show at 9 p.m. UK time with myself and TJ Warren and Connor. We always have special guests on. We've got Tony on the calendar now. We've got Long Hair Yeti on. We've got to get Early Doors on. So we've got a list of people.
Yeah, Connor, TJ Warren, the American Idiot Show. You know, all these guys, Long Hair Yeti, all these guys, great guys. Yeah, it's been nice to.
And I'm really happy about the community we're building, Tony. You know, with you, myself, and Jez, and like Long Hair Yeti. I see Arsenal Punk in there a few times. Kings Football I've seen. So our community is growing, and I appreciate everyone for coming on the show today, leaving great comments, great questions. Arsenal since '87, legend.
Arsenal since 1987, big guy. That guy came to support the show yesterday. Big ups to you, Arsenal since 1987, and of course, safe journeys. And while you're on your holiday in the Grand Canary or in the Canary Islands or somewhere where you are, man. Big ups to you,
everyone in the chat. Thank you all for tuning in today. I had a fun time doing the show, and we go again, Tony. Let's get it.
Yeah, we'll go again. Next week, we'll go again. Down, man. Thanks for tuning into the show, man.